In this video, I'm going to give you every single thing that you need to know to be able to find the right insurance agency the very first time. If we haven't met, my name is Johnny Nitafan, and I've sold over $750,000 of life insurance premium over the phone. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down everything that you need to know about finding the right agency the very first time. And honestly, transparently, I want to tell you about my story. All right. So real quick about me, I was actually at 5 different agencies. Right, my first year in the business, and honestly, I regret that heavily. Right, I wish I didn't do that. And so, if I watched and stumbled upon a video like this before, I would have made a lot of different. I would have made a lot of different decisions and choices. And so that's why I make this video, to help you out to be able to find the right agency the very first time. So the number one thing that you want to ask your upline or agency owner, the person that's recruiting you, and these are questions that I'm just going to say non-biasedly that you should ask. Is it a recruiting based or is it selling based? And all life insurance, you have to be direct to an upline, you have to be direct to an agency, but you have to ask, is this recruiting based or is this selling based? Because these are very two different things that I want to share with you, because it's so important. You got to figure out exactly what you want in an agency that's going to help you get to your goals faster, right? Get to that 6-figure a year mark that you want to get to, right? So if it's recruiting based, and the way that you ask this question to your upline, agency owner, your recruiter, the person who's recruiting you, is, okay, and I'm going to give you this golden nugget, right? How do I move up, right? Or how do I promote? How do you guys promote, right? And so honestly, I'm just going to be straight up honest, and I might get canceled or fired, not fired, but canceled from people, because these are things that people are going to hold back from you, is you should be at a minimum of, let's see here. No, the other way around. You should be at a minimum of 100% contract. If you're not at 100% contract level, you need to find a different agency, all right? And most likely you're in a recruiting-based company where they're going to make you recruit your friends and family, which is fine if that's what you want, right? If you want to recruit and have to bring in a bunch of people, get them licensed, contracted, that's totally okay, and have to go into war market. But if you're more so selling based, then I'd recommend you should be getting at least 100% contract level. Now, what happens typically is they'll start you in a recruiting base, right? They'll start you at a 25%, a 30%, a 50%, and they'll say, hey, if you recruit 5 people and get 5 license codes, or you get 5 whatever it is, then you'll move up to 30%, or then you'll move up to whatever, 50%, if you do that. And it's more based on people you recruit, and they don't really care about like clients that you're actually bringing in, right? And they don't really care about people that you're bringing in and helping as far as that goes. So it's so important to understand the difference between this, because selling based, they'll start you at a higher commission, and what's cool is you can move up. So say you're at 100%, and then there's the 110, there's the 120, then 130, 140, 145, and so on and so forth. The way that you move up is based on sales, production, right? And so what's cool in a selling based model is that the more sales that you make, the more clients that you actually help with life insurance, that the higher that you can move up, right? Now, most people aren't going to move you up to 145, typically not even 140, but you can move all the way up to 130 just sales, right? If you just want to hone your sales side. And honestly, the advice that I give agents, and again, this is up to you, what you actually want, but what I recommend is people start on this sales side and the production side, get a good feel for the business for 6 to 12 months, really get it up and running, really understand fully the business, and go a full year, and then start recruiting and building an agency, right? So the selling base side, learn and master sales, understand how to do 20 to 40K a month, right? like clockwork. Have the lead source dialed in. Have your the way that the carriers that you're writing. Like learn all these yourself without bringing other people on, right? Now, number 2 that I want to bring up is how are you going to get leads, right? How, once you pick one of these, how are we going to generate leads? Now, typically, there's 2 ways that you can do this, right? So you can either go down not the recruiting side, the warm market side, and they'll be like, hey, if you bring and introduce 5 to 10 people to me, I'll actually close them for you, and then I'll split the commission or whatever it is, right? So this is called warm market. And then the other side of it is buying leads. Now, there's another way to be able to do all this, but I want to give you these first 2, the most common 2. And I wouldn't say the best 2, but I would say these are different ones, right? So warm market is create a list of 100 names, go into your contacts, friends, and fam, and start asking them and bombarding them with people and just setting appointments that way. So that's the very first one. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this, and sometimes it feels weird and awkward. And I burned through my warm market. I wouldn't recommend you do the same, especially in you trying to choose your business. And the way that they're going to say, okay, you should do this is, hey, I'm really wanting to invest in my business. I'm a licensed agent, and we're really growing rapidly. I would love for you. For you to help me out and just allow me to do a practice presentation on you. Right now, again, I'm not the biggest fan of that because it's a little bit like, okay, practice presentation, and now you're like going in to close them. But that's one option. Now, buying leads, typically they're from vendors, and what's going to happen is you pay $25 to $35 a lead. And these close at anywhere between, if you're doing telesales like I am, 5 to 10%, sometimes a little north of that, but typically in this 5 to 10% range. Now, the problem with buying leads, as it's nice because you don't have to do this, is that it just gets it just gets super expensive. So the new way to really do this, and the way that most agents that I actually help really get to that 20 to 40K a month profit mark is by generating your own leads, right? So you own your marketing side. So what happens is you run Facebook ads, and from here you put up an ad that people are interested, right? They're interested in actually getting life insurance, just like you're interested in watching this video and wanting to make money in the life insurance space. It's the same thing. And so from here, they fill out their name, their beneficiary, favorite hobby, how much coverage they're looking for, why are they looking for coverage now, fill out the form and survey, and then you actually get notified via SMS or email, or you get notified that this person just filled out your ad. And so what's cool is you can generate these same $25 to $35 leads for $5 to $7 a lead. And you can see the math right here that just by generating your own for, I don't know, like a fifth of the cost, a sixth of the cost, sometimes a tenth of the cost, is that literally that means that you're 5 to 10xing your income, right? The bottom, I love this word, right? The bottom line, right? So the bottom line obviously speaks volumes, and that's what you're going to get paid on. And so you got to have a way to be able to generate leads. And if you're loving your IMO, your agency, and you just want to learn this is what I help agents with. You can reach out to me on Instagram. We could have a conversation and customize a plan to be able to help you out on that end. But your agency should be giving you at least a direction on doing this. Most agencies, and I'll be 100% transparent with you, is they're going to say, buy these leads. We have such good leads. You could buy these leads for $3 to $5 a piece, blah, blah, blah. And what happens is they're like this: recycled leads, and you're just calling these leads that are 15 to 30 times sold over and over and over and over and over again. So that's something you got to have a good lead source, right? So before you actually join an agency, another thing that you want to ask is, do you actually release agents. And honestly, they're big ones. And if you have any questions as far as this goes, just shoot me a DM or drop in the comments down below. I'm more than happy to answer this. But like, do you actually release agents? Because most IMOs and most agencies aren't. Say for some reason you pick an agency and you're like, hey, this is honestly is not a fit. I don't feel alignment in this. That's not a problem. That they'll actually give you a release, assuming that you actually have zero debt with them, right? So you want to make sure that you find an agency with a release, because that is so important as well. Another thing is what carriers are you writing, right? A huge thing that's going to give you a very competitive advantage in the marketplace is having the best carriers. And what makes up the best carriers, you might ask? Well, I'm glad that you asked, right? One is true Social Security billing, right? And actually having good billing, because I got wrecked with chargebacks because I didn't have good true Social Security billing. So don't make that mistake that I did that cost me thousands of dollars, all right? So make sure that the carriers are true Social Security billing. Another one is instant approvals, all right? Because what happens is you'll sell policies, but if you don't have instant approvals that'll actually give you the green light, that'll approve the clients on the spot, what's going to happen is it's going to go to what's called underwriting. And so what happens when it goes to underwriting is that an underwriter has to look at it, go through the case, and what happens is time does its thing, right? Time ticks and ticks and ticks and ticks, and all of a sudden it's 2 weeks later and you still haven't gotten the policy issued and paid. So you want to make sure that there's instant approval carriers. And also it really depends on what you're at, but most people want to go broker, right? They want to have the option to be able to shop around for the client, really get them the best rate, have competitive edges and advantages in that way, right? So you want to make sure that you go broker if that's obviously something you want to do. Some people write one carrier, not a problem. I've been there, I've done that. But brokering is really awesome because you can find the best rate for the client. All right. So this is what you need to know as far as carriers go. Just make sure that they have really good carriers, good contracts, so on and so forth. Right. Good day one coverages and things like that. And then the very last thing is going to be the training that they have. Now, what does the training actually look like? And most of the time, and I'll be 100% honest again, because that's what I strive to do and help you with, is making sure that your training is on point. And most of the time, the training is horrible, right? It's a bunch of people who have never sold, or they've maybe sold at a very low clip, and they've never actually made money in the industry. And unfortunately, that leads to an endless cycle of people who don't know what they're doing, training people brand new, and it's just this endless cycle again. Just like the leads, it's just this endless cycle over and over and over again. And that's why 92% of agents fall out. Now, if you want help with the training, I'm more than happy to help you with that. That's what my coaching program is designed to do, called Telesales Mastery, and that's what I help agents with. But like, it's good to have training and know that there's a course to go from A to Z, right? That there's a path, right, that you can get here with the training, the guidance, the mentorship that they will give you, right? And so the training will involve role plays daily. So if they're not doing this, they might not be the best fit for you, or you might need outside help, right? So role plays daily. Another thing is a proven script. Another one is objection word tracks. Another one that's super important is call reviews. So you have the role plays, call reviews, objection handling, that there's community calls, right? So like that's super important to be able to get plugged in with other people like you, that there's chat support, that you can text, that you can ask questions live, that there's actually a dial room where you can actually dial with other top producers, and that you're actually able to go in there and actually see them closing deals, but then also you're able to get live feedback as well, that you have a one-to-one coach as well that will really help you through all that stuff. Like these are things that the training actually looks like. It's not just like, hey, watch some YouTube videos just like these. Like as much as these are great, and there's people like this video that's helpful. YouTube videos just sometimes are just not going to be the best way, right? You need hand-on on hand approach, right? Like, it's not just, hey, watch these videos, but it's like, hey, let's role play. Let me listen to you, record yourself. Let me hear that. Let me critique you. Let me do call reviews. Let me actually bring you through step by step the whole script and framework and proven way to be able to bring clients like a question based framework. Having all these in line, right, will help you get the sales aspect dialed in, right? And having clear KPIs, right? Okay, hey, if you hit this, not just like, okay, imagine like making 100,000 a month. Like we all want to make 100,000 a month, but like, what are the clear KPIs that to start making 20 to 40K a month? And then the very last part at the end of the day, it is going to be like having a good community in place and involved with that you can grow with, that are other top producers and agents that are trying to do the same exact thing that you are. And then also being able to have and follow a mentor that's actually done what you're trying to do. I mean, that's so important. You got to have a mentor, and they have to have really solid testimonials and case studies, kind of like how we've helped like over 100 agents now to this day actually get to that 20 to 40,000 a month mark, right? So you have to have a really solid mentor that you can trust, have an insane testimonial, so on and so forth. So this is exactly what you need in your agency to really help you get to that 20 to 40,000 a month in profit mark. And if you love this video, I actually break down exactly how to generate your own leads right here. But then also, if you're looking for a script, or if you haven't watched the script complete breakdown word for word, check it out right here. And I'll see you guys inside. Don't forget to like and subscribe right now. Share this with a friend if you found it valuable, and I'll see you guys inside here. Click right now, and I'll see you guys inside there. Peace.